Hi and welcome back to the channel. So Pigment 6 has just appeared out of nowhere without any kind of warning. I haven't even had anything from Arturia yet. I only found out about it on social media. So as a Pigments user, I have got a free upgrade because I was on Pigments 5. So it's quite a substantial update. I mean, I think more than like 4.5 to 5 was. There's a whole new engine. Never mind anything else, plus a whole bunch of new effects. They've added in a vocoder. It is quite a major one and it's definitely worth getting. If you are a previous owner, you will get this for free, and it is on offer on the website for half price at €99. And there's also some other offers on some preset bundles. Pigment 6, you get 100 new presets. And I have gone through them all and favorited some, so I will be doing that in the next video. So today I thought I'd just walk you through all the new features and kind of go through the tutorial. If you open up the settings, which I have open, you've got the settings, the MIDI and the tutorials. So I'll just put that back down. So this is kind of what's new in Pigments. So this is what you get when you open it up. And as you can see, it is using 2 of the new Modal engines. So we now have analog, wavetable, sample, harmonic and modal. Pretty cool. So if I go to the full synth mode, you can get a better idea of what's going on. It is very nice graphics. So that's the mod wheel, and if we click on the mod wheel, we can see that it's actually adjusting something in the utility engine. So if you look up here, if you click on it, any of these, you'll get a dot to see what is being modulated. So the keyboard, you can see, is modulating the engines and the volumes. So if we go to utility engine and click that, you'll see it is adjusting the output. If you use this virtual keyboard, if you click on the front or click on the back of the key, you get a different sound. So it's brighter at the front of the key, and then, how cool is that? So yeah, it's very nice bell sound, I have to say. So the best thing to do when you get one of these kind of upgrades is, because they do tutorials, you can just run through this. So I'm going to go through the what's new in Pigment 6. Step 1 is the new engine, and there it is. So yeah, the modal. So this new engine brings advanced modal synthesis to Pigments, delivering rich harmonic textures, dynamic decay control and unique timbral shaping. Its flexibility allows for everything from subtle percussive tones to otherworldly evolving soundscapes. Oh yes, otherworldly evolving soundscapes is basically what I do. So further expanding Pigment's already vast sound palette. Yeah, so there's various different kind of things you can do. There's collision exciter mode. So you've got collision and transient and audio input. And then you've got all these other options. So for instance, we could switch to organic. And you get a different sound. 2 versions, so you get a string and the beam. So kind of different sound, and then you've got all these different timbers, and you've got different shapers, and then you've got different types of friction. So you've got noise, granular friction, and audio as well. So next is the new filter. So there is a new filter called Cluster. It unlocks creative possibilities by generating multiple cutoff points and spreading them across the frequency spectrum. So ideal for pads, textures and experimental effects. It shines when combined with bit crushing or downsampling to create unique vowel-like tones. So we could spread up. And you can change the number of peaks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the max. And you can see the spread has been modulated by LFO3. So we could take it down to 2. So yeah, pretty cool. Right, so next is the filter improvement. So the multi-filter now includes drive. Well, there's not really much difference, is there? Polyphonic overdrive. I'm not sure that's the best sample to use for this. A new mode setting switches between analog and digital resonance, while new all-pass filters introduce phase shifting capabilities near the cutoff frequency for creative sound shaping. Right, let's bump up the... I'm not getting a huge amount of drive. Let's go to digital. Yeah. Not exactly brilliant, is it? So next is the new effect, the vocoder. So Pigment finds its voice. The vocoder FX imprints a modulator's spectral dynamics onto a carrier signal. Easy for you to say. We make the ground shake. We make the ground shake. We make the ground shake. Bump up the volume a bit. We make the ground shake. So with flexible band control, multiple modes and external audio support, it's ideal for robotic voices, dynamic textures and experimental sound design. We make the ground shake. So yeah, so we can change the mode from vintage to modern. We make the ground shake. Or dirty. We make the ground shake. Put up the bandwidth. The gate. And the sibiance. Add in some more decay. And put on the carrier to enhance. So yeah, quite cool. Next is random. So the new random modulator generates unpredictable values with controls for rate, smoothness, distance and jitter. Okay then. So fine-tune distance for controlled deviations or add jitter for timing variations. Distance, right. So we'll... And jitter. Okay, that's... So what have we got? We've got random, voice, sample and hold, turn out or binary. Yeah, not the most impressive thing I've heard. Next we've got the voice modulator. So that assigns fixed values to each polyphonic voice. So I think this is probably going to be a bit more useful. So modes like cycle, reassign and random for unique modulation behaviors. Perfect for recreating vintage hardware spread or crafting dynamic pre-voice modulations. So this is random we're in. So we can cycle through reassign. So that's me going up the keyboard. And then we've got random, so it should... So I'm just pressing the same key. And it's picking a note at random. And then we've got cycle. So I'm just pressing the same key and it's going through each. And obviously you can just grab these or you can randomize. Right, okay. Combinate Module. So there is a new envelope follower in the Combinate Module, converts audio amplitude variations into modulation data. And they've got some drum loops on it. So So use it to create dynamic amplitude driven effects by modulating filters, effects, or other parameters with precision and responsiveness. Right, so we'll adjust the cutoff to turn it up a bit. Adjust the attack. Threshold. So yeah, there we go. So beyond the new features previously mentioned, Pigments 6 introduces a range of enhancements to refine your workflow and elevate sound design capabilities. The new scan functions enables dynamic grain playback control, which is, I'm assuming this is what this is. Right, so this scan function here. Okay. I find my bass. All right. Okay. I find my bass. I find my bass. I find my What the hell? So the new scan function enables dynamic grain playback control. Random and round robin modes now trigger grains as well as MIDI notes. The brick crusher effect gains a new decimate mode, allowing you to choose the interpolation type for added tonability. All right, okay. So extended content. So enjoy new samples with a special section designed for granular synths and fresh wavetables to spark creativity. Local controls manage pitch easily with the new transpose and fine tune controls in the keyboard page. Yeah, so you've got transpose and fine in there. Numerous minor improvements and under the hood tweaks make Pigments more efficient and reliable. So that is it. So just in case you don't really know much about Pigments, I'll just run through this and it'll tell you a bit more about what you can do. So Pigment 6 is a powerful all-in-one synth that excels in every aspect of sound design. Combining diverse synthesis engines, it delivers exceptional quality and versatility, making it perfect for any genre. So you can also obviously go into play mode instead of the full synth, which is kind of what I like doing when I'm using kind of demos and stuff. Combine virtual, analog, wavetable, sample, granular, additive and modal synthesis for endless sound creation. So if we go back to synth, you can see modulations made easy. So yeah, if you click on that, if you click on one of these, you can just add it to a particular function that you want to do. So you could add that to function 3 or function 1 or LFO2 or whatever. Studio quality effects to polish your sounds. So yeah, so they've changed the kind of effects, the way that it looks. So we now get it in a list. Pigments 5 was like a kind of icon, so we've now got a pure list. So we've got things like shimmer, reverb, compressor, multibands, filter EQs, modulations, distortions and spatial. Is the synthesis view, so this is where you kind of do most of the work. So the synthesis view is where you craft the foundation of your sounds with powerful sound engines, flexible filters and customizable signal routing. It provides all the tools needed for detailed sound design. So yeah, so like I said, you've got your utility engine there and your engines 1 and 2. And if you want to switch engine, you just, so we could change that to wavetable. And then you've got all these different types of wavetables. You've got complex, filter, FM, fold, formant, harmonic, monster, natural, sync, texture and whatever. So we could go to harmonic and put in a 3 oscillator. And then we can go through the position there. So we can just hear the wavetable on its own. Switch that off. And that is the string on its own. So yeah, so that's your engines, and then you've got your filters. So you've got the classic, which is new, there's clusters new, and the lo-fi is new. So and then you've got classic analogs like the Mini, the MS-20, the Matrix 12, Jupiter A, SEM, and the low pass gate. So yeah, pretty cool. So we could change that to lo-fi or cluster, say peak 18. On. So yeah, pretty cool. Keyboard and modulators. So we've got a keyboard, you've got envelopes, you've got the LFOs, the functions, the random, and the combinates. So yeah, all very straightforward, I'm sure you'll agree. So this is why it takes so long to do presets and pigments. Because there is just so many things that you can alter and play around with. So like I said, you've got envelopes 1, 2 and 3, LFOs 1, 2 and 3. So you've got different patterns there. You've got square, ramp, ramp up, sine, and then you can adjust the waveforms as well, and the rates. And we could have a bit of phase on. And then you've got your macros. So my keyboard, the first 4 knobs adjust the macros. So you can adjust the timbre, the time, the resonance, and the effects. So we could turn them all to about 50% and see what that. So that's kind of changed that a bit. And the other knobs normally adjust the filter 1 and filter 2 cutoff and res. 7, and that is 8. And then we've got 5 and 6 doing the filter 1. And then knob 9 is the master volume. So if you've got the envelopes, the first 4 faders adjust envelope amp, and the second 4 adjust envelope 2. So that's it. It really is worth having an Arturia keyboard if you are using Pigments or Analog Lab or any of them. So, because it just makes life so much easier, especially when you're sound designing. So next is the effects. So like I said, you've got your inserts. So you've got effects A and B, and you've got all these different types. You've got spatial, dynamics, filter, EQs, distortions, and modulations. So this is in multiband. So we could go to tape delay, a tape echo, or my favorite shimmer. And you can see there's nothing on B, this is all just effects on A. So you could put in maybe a chorus. And you can adjust how much of that comes through there. So, and the auxiliary is on post or pre. And then you've got your aux output there. So you've got delay and reverb. So yeah, so that is the filters, the sequencer, and Arp. So you've got Arp modes there, you've got down, up. So you got up, down as played, up, down inclusive, and random. And then swing and all sorts of things. So you got your ARP and then your sequencer. So you can randomize all these by clicking in there. So the octave is off, so we could put in a randomization of 50%. And then you can just drag these up and down if you want. And gate length, you can see they're off there, so. That's it, reset there. So we can put on quarter. That's the divisions. So yeah, so that is a quick look at some of the other features. So anyway, so that is it for today's kind of quick look at what's new in Pigments and a quick overview of how it works. This is on offer for 50% off, and I will leave links to all this in the description, and also the video that Lena does going through the new features of Pigment 6 as well. So thanks for watching, and as usual, if you are enjoying these videos, please like, subscribe, share and comment,